Hello and welcome to another episode of TFB Thinks, our podcast where we talk about whatever. Just keep in mind that all of the opinions expressed in the upcoming talks is just our own opinions. They don't necessarily reflect those opinions of TFB and its members, just each of us as individuals. So please don't sue us. Just a quick shout out to everybody watching. Thank you for watching, keeping us busy with these.
Welcome back.
So
Introductions.
My name is Russell once again.
Sammy from Chuuk.
And you from Chuuk.
All right. Should we just start?
We got a pretty good show today. A little short on people, but let's do it.
Yes, never short on topics. Let's start off with the big news in Micronesia. President Hilda Heine, first woman president of the Marshall Islands.
Yeah,
First woman president in the Pacific. Is this correct?
that's what I've been hearing. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds right. So, what do you guys think?
Well, first off,
How did you hear that?
congratulations.
Where were you when you heard the news?
I was here.
I
Well-
was on my computer watching the live stream actually.
Right. Yeah. So how was that? What did you guys think?
It's pretty interesting. Even if I was actually in Madro when Caston was
Oh,
elected.
how many weeks was he president for?
Was when
3
you voted
weeks.
in, like, are you president right then and there? Okay, so
Yeah, as soon as you swear in.
I think it was the 4th that he was elected. So just last week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
So less than a month. That's short trip.
Well, there's some definitely shuffling going around,
Yeah.
and they had a vote of no confidence.
Not too familiar with the politics in the Marshall Islands, but I'm hearing that it's very complicating and there's a lot of under the table talks and behind the curtains stuff. I don't know.
Could be.
All my
Possibly, yeah.
information is kind of secondhand. So I'm not really sure. I heard there was like a lot of
Politics.
oh yeah, there's people trying to get these people on their side, and
Same everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that time.
Yeah.
it's the most wonderful time. But before we get into that, I just want to say congratulations
Yes, congratulations. That's
to President, a good friend of ours, Kathy,
yeah.
Neil Kitchener's mother.
Mhm.
So
That's always nice.
yeah.
Yeah, just a really quick, I believe she was the first lady to receive her PhD in the Marshall Islands. She was the Minister of Education under President Loyac.
Mhm.
She was also the president at CMI, that's the Marshall Islands College.
Right.
And she has
A lot of firsts under her.
yeah, and she's very good. She's been involved with education. I think she made CMI like what it is today. It's a great college. All right. So outside of that, she's very accomplished. She's very capable. Just looking at her record, and I think the Marshalls is in good hands.
I think it's going to be a very interesting administration,
Mhm.
but it's going to be under a lot of scrutiny.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
you think just first woman, everybody's going to be watching like every.
that's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, the same mistake that a male president would make probably be looked at,
Differently.
harshly.
Mm. Like you think they'll just give her a pass if she makes a mistake?
Oh, no, I don't know. Just saying, just because they're a woman president, like small things might turn into big things. Like the men in their government might just like exaggerate things. Could happen.
Never know. Yeah, there's still a lot of problems with equality back home. But you talked about her being the first woman president. Let's talk about that just a little bit. Women in power in Micronesia throughout. Recently, a senator from Palau, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, Sandra Perentosi. She's going to be running for the seat, the presidency in Palau also. So that's interesting. That's something to look forward to.
Mhm.
Also, in the FSM, it's worth noting that I believe they tried to have a permanent seat in Congress
Right.
for women only.
It's
So you guys want to talk about that?
Well, let's just talk about like the role of women
Yeah.
especially in leadership positions,
Right. Yeah.
in where we're from.
Mhm.
Where we're from, women, we're matrilineal, right?
Right. Yeah.
Your power, your title, your land, all passed through your
Clan.
mother.
Yeah.
But then here's our new government. Where are all the women with the power?
That's. I don't know.
And like I don't know, it kind of opens up to this conversation about where do these titles come into our new government too?
Well, it's a good question. I've always been under the belief that because the idea of a government was introduced,
Right.
The idea of waking up from 9 to 5 and going to an office, it's a Western thing.
Mhm.
And it was introduced to us in the 50s. And in the 50s, it was a very interesting time in the US because not a lot of women were in power. So the idea of how a household is supposed to be set up was introduced to us as that. A man goes to work 9 to 5, woman stays at home, takes care of the kids, right? So there's that, like they delineated the responsibilities in that way. We had our own way of looking at responsibilities and roles.
You think it was like a little more fluid?
I think so. I mean, from what the our elders tell us, it's like everyone had a equal responsibility in different areas. Like men used to be the ones that cook food, women go out fishing, right? Women go out farming, right? But now it's, I don't know. I don't know what is expected of the women now or what is expected of the men. It's very different. And I believe Father Hazel talked about this, and it linked to responsibilities and also linked to suicide.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a bigger question than, it's a bigger discussion than like what we're having right now.
Right.
And yeah,
I think
that's crazy.
I think that might be a thing to look at, the traditional leadership and a woman in power as
Yeah.
president and that kind of role.
It certainly is, and this is a lot bigger than a lot of people give it credit for, because this could be a return to how it used to be in the past. Because as far as I know, like you just said, matriarchs, right? Like, or is that the right word? Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. So like a lot of women had power in the past, and then did we take that away from them? And are we giving that back to them? I don't know. Like, what's going on?
I don't know, but like women had the power, but then men were like chiefs, right?
They held the titles.
Yeah, the titles, actual.
But wasn't it women that chose the chiefs?
I don't know.
It's interesting. It's certainly worth another look through, another discussion. Hopefully, I don't know. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have anything else you guys want to add to it?
I'm kind of excited to see what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just, like he said, more on like what to come, what to expect, like how the government's gonna shift from here on.
Right.
You might see more like women in the Senate, in the marshals. A lot of them will be encouraged to step up
Right.
more.
I think there's like 3. I'm not sure.
I believe it was 2 or
But just
3,
a handful.
I think I just need to reiterate that we're not experts in Marshallese
Yeah, we're
politics.
not, yeah.
So
We're not expert in politics also.
yeah, like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
this is it's good.
big news, good
Big
news.
news, good
It's
news.
a
Yeah.
good step forward.
So let's move on. Yeah, let's move on to
Elephant.
this is the big tuna in the room. Everyone wants to talk about this, and I think we should talk about it. FSM just had a resolution, and to end the Compact of Free Association. This was in December, right? So to end the Compact of Free Association with the United States. So the resolution goes requesting the president of the FSM, I'm quoting here, to terminate the amended Compact of Free Association with the United States of America, pursuant to such termination to take effect no later than 2018. So first thoughts, when you guys heard about this, what were your initial reactions to this?
Here we go again.
Again, you said.
That was it. It was just,
Okay. What did people tell you guys? I mean,
man, are we really gonna
Yeah, a lot of people were saying, "Are we gonna get deported? Like, what's gonna happen?" Yeah, a lot of people were scared.
Yeah, they're more scared than anything else right now. I think with the
Yeah.
whole terminating the compact part.
I think it also kind of stoked those the Chuuk's independence stuff a little bit too.
That's a great point. Like, ah, man.
My first reaction when I saw this is just politics.
What do you mean?
Like it's just a ploy. Like
It's a tactic.
yeah, it's a smart one.
The tactic to a negotiation tactic.
At part of
Mm.
it's gotta be, and I think there's some underlying issues under it, but it's just kind of like a show. Like
That's interesting.
a show of like
Show of strength.
yeah, or
Okay.
not strength, but like we have this chip.
Mm.
You're kind of showing your cards a little
Right,
bit.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a political move.
Oh, politicians made it.
Yeah. But you mentioned 2018, and it's mentioned here. And you also mentioned Chuuk independence.
Right.
Right. So this resolution asked to terminate the compact by 2018, right? The Chuuk independence movement also asked to become independent from the FSM by 2018, right? What is up with that? date?
2018?
Yeah. I think, as I remember somebody mentioning it, but someone needs to look this up. But I think 2018 is when the U.S. will open negotiations for a third compact
2013.
funding. Yeah,
Yeah.
2018.
2023.
Yeah, right. 2023 that's when the compact funding ends.
So 5
right?
years.
But it's 5 years of negotiations. I think that's what's going on. So that's why these resolutions have the date 2018 out there. What do you guys think about that? What the hell's going on? Should we be scared?
It's a conspiracy. Huh? Is it a coincidence that the U.S. just pulled out the fisheries treaty
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Right
Well-
after this resolution.
Well, that's their that could be their bargaining chip.
response,
Yeah,
huh?
that's their like. Oh, I see your compact treaty, and I
I'll
raise
raise
you
you
tuna.
this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It's scary.
Well, how many people introduced the resolution?
It was introduced by Senator Figure,
Figure.
and then it was
Rob, what was his name?
Romulo? I don't know how to say his name.
I
Yeah.
believe so, and Fasinathon, both from Chuuk.
Chuuk.
Yeah, that's another. We're connecting all these things.
But who are these two guys? And Figures.
Well, I know Figure
Figure-
and Fasinathon. They're pretty. They've been in politics for a very long time,
The
right?
other guy's very young.
Very
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's in his 30s, and I
Mhm.
think he's new to the seat. So, is he being, I don't know,
Influenced?
persuaded, influenced? Yeah, I don't know. But then again, you should bring up, because you always bring up it's just a resolution. So
Oh,
what is going on with that, Russ? Explain this.
Well, a resolution is just that, Sammy. It's a resolution. It doesn't. It's not a bill.
Mhm.
It's not a. What else is there?
A law.
A law.
It's like a suggestion.
it's just a statement.
Yeah,
I mean, they make resolutions to say thank you to this person.
that's true.
or
Yeah.
we want to talk about.
It's like,
this
do you
person.
guys agree with me thanking this person? Like
Yeah.
everybody votes.
Yes.
So it's a political opinion.
Right.
It's making things. It's a public statement.
Right.
It's a formal way of saying something.
It's FSM's New Year's resolution. That's what it
There you
is.
go. But yeah, it's a very public thing at the highest level, I guess, of our government.
Okay. Yeah.
Very big PR move, I guess.
So then, if everybody in Congress votes that they're in favor of the resolution, does that mean that we will not have compact anymore?
No.
Okay.
They just
Still
say
need-
that it's resolved, and
Like, yes, we all agree. We still need to vote on it, right? A plebiscite.
well, yeah, just because that they have to bring, if they really want to do it, they have to do a plebiscite, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, what is a plebiscite?
A vote. Pretty much just a vote, right? And it's everyone voting on that one topic.
Not just the Senate,
Mhm.
everyone.
Yeah, all citizens.
And how much do we have to have for it to pass?
I believe the reading is 75% of each state of 75% of the states.
Of
So
each state.
so three out of the four states have to vote in favor of. In favor of means 75% of each state's citizenship has to vote in favor of.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's
so Pohnpei has to vote in favor of. Sure has to
75%.
vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if
Chuuk-
Chuuk votes not in favor of, those three passing will pass it. Yeah. But I think we also need to talk about, and this is pretty important,
So we need 75%.
of 75%.
75%.
Yeah. It's also very important that we talk about the compact.
Right.
Right. Like, what is the compact? Because not a lot of people know it. Is the compact, was that the mark of our independence? What is it?
Well, it's kind of hard to like it. Man, we can talk about this for days.
Yeah.
Are we independent?
We are independent.
Independent. We are the
Independence.
independence
Yeah.
on the U.S. Well, because like we have sovereignty, right?
Mhm.
We have self-determination
Right. We're an independent country
But-
in paper.
in
Yeah.
paper,
Mhm.
but we still rely on
Money.
money from the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
That's a very tricky.
Independence.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that independence in your opinion?
No, it's not. But I think if you argue that yes, this is independence, but we need money, like every other country needs money. This is globalization, right? That's one argument. That's one way you can swing it. But then seriously, honestly, it's not. it's it's colonialism. There, I said it. It's a form of colonialism. Yeah, yeah, neo-colonialism. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got our independence in the 70s, and then they came up with the Compact Agreement in the 80s, 90s for Palau. And are we truly independent? I don't think so, because the COFA cannot be terminated. It's forever until we vote on it. So I don't know. You guys want to talk more about that? I don't know. It's depressing.
Let's say that we did get the 75%
Okay.
from a plebiscite, not some resolution.
Okay.
How easily you think we can get away? Like, do you think it's possible?
To not rely on compact funding
Like, yeah, no, not even that. Just away from the U.S.
completely. Okay. Well,
Get control of our waters back.
there is a way, and that's through China.
No,
We have to latch on to another superpower and depend on them. But let's take that out. But you're talking about full-blown independence, right? Yes, it's possible. How do I know this? Because it's happened. Before the Europeans entered into our country, we were extremely independent. But can we be that kind of independent now? No way. That's impossible. Yeah, I think most of our citizens will bail.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about all that water.
That's a big
U.S. is not
patch of
gonna let
land.
that
Yeah, I mean,
go.
water. Yeah, that's huge territory.
I'm not just talking about like economic resources either, man. Like defense.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a real big chink in their armor for the Pacific. I mean, they're all over the place. Like, and if you take out a territory the size of continental USA, what the hell, man?
You know, when we were talking about Chuuk state independence, and if they did, and like how we'd have to carve out.
Yeah,
that whole
carve
thing.
out Chuuk State. Yeah,
What if we had to carve out FSM?
Jesus. What will that do?
Yeah.
What will happen is a lot of other countries will get very interested. Just the idea that you can have some kind of agreement right in the middle of the Pacific and then be surrounded by United States, like like all these territories by the US, that'll just bother the United States. And that's a very valuable asset for a country such as China,
Yeah.
to be absolutely honest. Like, if they had some kind of treaty with us, they can bring their ships over, their military, and that's just flexing their muscle, man. And the U.S. has been flexing their
They're
muscle
already sending some of their ships and subs around. They've been poking around.
yeah, but they haven't gone deep into the Pacific because the U.S. controls the waters.
Stuff to think about, I guess.
Stuff
A
to
lot.
keep you up at night. But let's get back to the resolution.
Right.
So
Sorry.
they didn't just introduce the resolution thinking, let's just introduce it, right? There were reasons for it. The reasons that they gave were because GEMCO, that's the Joint Economic Management Committee, that's the committee in the compact that decides how the compact money gets distributed, right?
They're actually running the country.
Yeah, pretty much, because what's going on is in GEMCO, there are 5 people, right? 2 of them are appointed by FSM, and 3 of them are appointed by the United States.
Mhm.
And the way that GEMCO works is they have to go through a vote. 3 is more than 2. So the US part, the delegates from the US will always get their way because it's an unfair vote, right? So the resolution implies that GEMCO is unfair. And the US has been getting everything they wanted from this agreement, and they've been taking advantage of it. What kind of stuff have they done? Number 1, they're cutting back a lot of stuff. Compact 2 is significantly smaller than Compact 1.
Right.
And the way that the money, oh, wow, excuse me. Sorry. The way that the money is just distributed is determined by them. And some things that are hurting are COM. Yeah, a lot of funding cutbacks from College of Micronesia, and they're feeling the pain, according to the resolution. And the other thing is, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that first. GEMCO, limiting and portioning the funds however they see fit.
Right.
What do you guys think?
Can you say that GEMCO is also part of the whole Chuuk independence?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think GEMCO, they won't release funds to Chuuk State until Chuuk State shows that they're complying with their, I don't know, whatever their requirements are.
It just goes back to that 2018
2018
conspiracy.
Yeah. So if we could probably renegotiate GEMCO, maybe have 6 members, 4 from US. No, 3.
We'll let you have 3. We get 1 more.
But yeah, I think if we
you really think if there were 3 on each side though, anything would get done?
no,
Yeah.
it won't. Nothing will get done.
It'll be like 12 angry men, 6 angry men and women.
It's politics, man. It's politics. It's diplomacy. It's all that stuff. But what do you guys think? Like, do they have a good point? Do they have a good point to introduce this resolution? Do they have a good argument to get rid of the compact? Because we've been treated unfairly.
Well, yes.
Hmm.
I think there's some other issues going on too, like what's going on in America right now, especially with I don't know. I feel like there's like a little bit of xenophobia over there.
Yeah.
There's just like administration,
Anti-immigration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anti-immigrants.
And just like our experience. And I don't mean just our experience, but like Micronesians' experience in like Guam and Hawaii, and just it's better in some parts of the mainland for sure. But
Mhm.
yeah.
We're certainly being discriminated against, and
We're being discriminated on so many like levels here. Like
from top tier all the way down to
Yeah.
like you walk into a room and say, I don't like that guy.
trickle down discrimination.
Yeah, there is certainly a history of discrimination. There's also, and it's tied into a history of colonization.
Right.
Yeah. So before we move on, or if we have anything else to say, I want to bring this up because this is another reason why the resolution was introduced. Pre-screening. Department of Homeland Security, I believe, they mentioned that they want to start pre-screening FSM citizens to see if they can go to the United States. So they're checking if we have any kind of sickness or illness, and if we have those things, then we won't be allowed into the country. And it's also interesting because in the compact, there's a clause there that says that if we can't produce or contribute to the society or any state that we go in, we can be deported. Like they can remove us for not being able to contribute. What does that mean? If you're homeless, if you don't have a job, you're not contributing to society. So then on those grounds, can they deport you? Right? So this pre-screening thing is pretty scary, especially if you're living in the US. Like if they think that you're not producing or contributing to your society, your community, can they kick you out? Right? Can they keep you from even entering the United States just for being sick? What if you need to go to the United States because you're sick? You know what I mean? Like, so
he's sick, he can't come here to get
Yeah.
medical treatment.
exactly. That's something that Homeland Security is trying to look at, and that's one of the reasons why this resolution was introduced. It's
Right,
because
because
this is so unfair. This is discrimination. It's
Because like, what did we get out of the compact besides like money?
visa-free access to the
Visa
US. Yeah.
So we're already having a problem getting money,
Yes.
and now
they're challenging
they're
our
gonna-
visa-free access.
so
Well, there is one other thing we get. We get the security of the U.S. military. Aside from them bombing our islands,
Like-
no one else can. Like they're
we're
the only ones.
ones.
Yeah, so there.
I understand this frustration by the resolution, and I know like a lot of people were scared when this happened, but you also got to see this side of it, that all of this stuff is going on, and it will affect all of us
Yeah.
if it does come to pass that this is something that our government really wants to pursue.
It's depressing.
But we got to remember that they can't do it.
We have to vote.
Yeah, we're the ones that is going to be
Yeah.
ultimately responsible for
Get
that,
out and vote.
for that decision.
Vote or get deported. Yeah. Let's jump to our poll. We had a poll on our website. We wanted to ask our followers, what do you guys think about the COFA, the resolution, and ending the Compact of Free Association? So the questions we had was yes, no, and I don't know, right? And then other. Yeah, the last option was other. The no's got this one, right? There was about 30, what's that? Almost 70%. 66% said no. 66% they said no, we should stay with the US. We should not terminate Compact because it's our best chance of development and we can't survive financially without the United States. And then a measly, what's that, 16%, 18% said yes, we have to terminate the Compact. And the reasoning there was it's unfair and the Compact is a form of colonization. Yeah. But then there was also 9% who said I don't know, and 9% who said they had another
Like their take on
why yes or no. So you guys have something to say before I read these comments?
I want to hear these comments.
You want to hear the comments? Okay. Comment number 1. These are the people that said other, right?
These are your comments.
Right. Yeah. So one person said it's most likely a strategy and people need to just chill out.
Okay.
This is just politics, right?
I kind of agree with that.
You agree with that one? Yeah. What do you guys feel about that? Yes, no. Well, let's vote on these.
Personally, that's what I think is really going on. I think it's just, I mean,
Is this your comment? No.
no, I did not.
Okay.
I mean, it's something like this happened before, right? Like, what was it?
The resolution?
A similar thing,
Yeah.
like we're gonna terminate.
Yeah, it's good you brought that up. I think Figure introduced this already in the past. And
I think this is towards the end of Compact 1.
yeah,
So,
and Peter Christian introduced this as well. So this is not the first time.
Sitting president.
The sitting president introduced,
Mhm.
yeah, or at least he mentioned it. And also former President Hagelgam, I believe so. He also says he thinks that it's not a bad idea to terminate the compact. So, take that for what it's worth. Okay, next comment. No, we need the U.S. We don't have our own troops. We need support. We need a backbone. So this guy is the 3 reasons why, the 3 things we get from the compact: security with the U.S. military, although they bomb us, right? Money, although they're making it smaller, and visa-free access, although they're challenging that as well. So this guy says we have security from the U.S. military. We need to keep our compact
Is it
intact.
security? Like, whose security is it?
It's theirs.
It's their security, but
Yeah.
It's like we're keeping you secure.
look at Quadrant Base and the
Yeah.
tracker.
Look at Guam.
Yeah.
Shit.
The entire island of Guam. Well, what do you guys think about that comment? Nah, you don't really like it.
Nah, it's kind of bad because we can have an army, but we're not allowed to.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we can't have an
Not
army.
allowed to.
Yeah. We
But,
can't have
you
a
know,
military.
that's our
People can
greatest
join
export,
their army.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's our biggest export.
That's one of our biggest
soldiers.
exports. We have the highest per capita people enlisting into the U.S. military
Mhm.
and the highest death.
And we don't get all those
Yeah.
same benefits too that
Well,
others are eligible for.
to be fair, a congressman from Hawaii said that we can always join the military and then change our citizenship. That was his.
Consolation.
That was his.
For that.
That's his suggestion. You can always
I'm
join the
sure
military,
It
risk
came
your
from a
life.
good place.
Yeah. Next comment. The FSM will not survive politically. The laws in place will be abandoned. Now this is interesting because not so much the first sentence, but the second
Second part,
sentence.
yeah.
Yeah, the laws in place will be abandoned. So this person is suggesting that if the compact is taken out, we will just throw away all law and
Anarchy.
chaos. Yeah, like
Cats
Cats
sleeping
and
with
dogs.
dogs.
yeah. But yeah, so what do you guys think about that one?
I think that's a little out of place
Mhm.
because it's not like we're just gonna. If let's say we did go to the plebiscite and then we
Okay.
voted
All right.
and then it's yes. It's not like automatic, like okay, everybody get on a ship and come home and
I don't know. Most likely, the U.S. will just pardon everyone that's already living in the United States and probably grant them like permanent residency. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
and it's like what the state governments are just gonna finish just like that also. Like, so I guess
According
I'm
to
not
this guy, yeah.
governor.
I don't know. It's maybe. I think there's kind of something to be worried about. Like if you don't have funding, surely
I don't
people will lose their minds.
To me, this whole thing is like the U.S. is like a parent,
Okay.
and we're like this kid that gets an allowance.
Okay.
Like I want to be independent, and as soon as mom and dad go away, like
Yeah.
all right, let's break the house, knock it all down.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it'll go down like that, but
Yeah.
hey, who knows?
There's probably a point there, but not really.
Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be like Mad Max,
Okay. Or Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Okay. Next comment. Answer dependent on outcome of renegotiation. The most reasonable.
Yeah.
comment. We can't say anything until we have a negotiation. Pretty straightforward. Let's move
I
on.
cannot tell you the future
Until
until I know the future.
until it's the present. You want to read this one?
Which one? Oh, sure. I'll call you congressman. I think that's pretty expressive of some of the frustration people
Yeah.
are having with our government.
Our
leadership.
Not just on a national level, but
Yeah. To be fair, well, not to be fair, I think most of this is out of frustration and people just not trusting our politicians. Like, I don't want to say anything else. You guys want to say something about that? Frustration.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, politics, man.
Yeah. Next comment. Whatever the decision is, we need honest people to run the government. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Next one. I concur with Senator Fig. Okay, this guy is in the affirmative. He's for it. Terminate and renegotiate.
We're neither sheep nor
We're neither sheep nor ...
Mhm.
I don't really follow the terminate and renegotiate. Maybe,
tabula rasa. Like from the start,
yeah.
instead of a renegotiation from what we have now.
Yeah, start from the very beginning.
Yeah,
Or
like-
with someone else.
Restart.
Ooh, probably, yeah.
Well,
I don't
then
know.
why would they say renegotiate?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the path that we're taking isn't good. Let's restructure this whole thing from scratch.
Oh, just from a standpoint like that, I don't.
How long is that gonna take?
Yeah.
It's just like they'll have more bargaining chips too. Like, oh, you know what? We want to come back.
Yeah, the whole while we're renegotiating, will we be getting funding during that time period?
What's going to happen to everyone abroad too? Like they're terminated, so therefore.
Yeah, I don't know. Next comment. Negotiate for another 50 years. Just 50 years? No.
When did we get our first 50 years?
Yeah,
We
we
never got. 50.
It's only been about 30
30
years.
years.
Well, we haven't even hit 30 years.
I mean, it's been
Yeah.
30 years
This year.
since.
Yeah, since we got the compact.
Yeah. So, and we went through 2 already.
Yeah. So a third one should be like 50 years.
15? I mean, if you're going off of the same pattern, it's 15, 15,
Yeah, I failed math.
something more, I don't know, 30, 20 something years out.
The last comment, do they even have the authority to do so? Russell already said they have the authority to have a resolution, but they don't have the power to
just-
end the compact. Yeah. According to Constitution and the compact itself, everyone needs to vote.
We have the power.
Yeah. So that's most of it. The poll's still up. You guys can still go visit.
How many
Probably have
people
it.
voted on this? Just so people.
A 96.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not a big sample.
3
size.
times the viewership.
But yeah,
Small sample size, but still,
this is just among our
Reflective.
viewers. So
yeah. Well, that was. I'm tired. Anything else you guys want to touch on? We only had two topics today. Hilda Heine, president of the RMI, congratulations. And then the second one was the resolution to terminate Compact of Free Association between the United States and Federated States of Micronesia.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add?
I just wanted to repeat. I think it was just a political move, statement. It's kind of in reply to some of this stuff that's been going on. There was a lot of like outcry about it, and you
Yeah.
should be wary of these kinds of things.
Mm.
I think we need to be watchful of, crying out like,
Yeah, don't overreact.
Yeah.
I've heard some people say that first chance I get, I'm gonna let that person know how I feel, right? And was that a threat? Like take it easy. Like let's figure this out first. They're intelligent men. Our congressmen are intelligent men. Like they know what they're doing, and everything they do is I truly believe they're doing it for the people, because these people know that they were voted in by us, and they're our elders, man. Like they're not some foreigner coming in trying to take advantage of our waters. They're from our home. They're our fathers and our uncles.
Yeah.
So we have to think about this. Why are we putting down our own uncles and fathers and praising these foreigners who
Yeah.
come in? I don't know. I shouldn't say
But,
anything else.
I want to say too though, like, don't just like actually participate
Yeah.
if you really want to do something in government.
Yeah, I should apologize. I shouldn't say bad things about how people feel and believe about these things, because it's different for everyone.
Right.
And you're right. It's
If-
participate in this. This is part of the politics we have to voice. This is
Yeah.
TFB.
Yeah.
This is the fourth branch. This is the voice that has been quiet for a long time. And
And honestly, like if you're watching this now, put your comments in so we can read it and we can
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
talk about it. It's a good discussion to have. And I think that's one of the things that are
one of the good things that came out of this,
Yeah.
we're talking about politics.
Yeah,
we're actually
we're talking
reading a
about-
textbook.
this is that. And like I think that's one thing why we started.
Mm,
Is because stuff like this, like actual like discussion, commentary,
yeah.
and debate is happening. There's other stuff that read and seen online. Some of it more incendiary than others,
Mm.
but it's kind of going in the right direction. But
It's part of the political process.
yeah,
Yeah. We have to talk.
we need more of that. Not just people at the
But if you are shy, just send us an email,
yeah.
private message. We've been getting a lot of those. Yeah.
Always want opinions.
Yeah. What else do we have to say? We've said so much. Should we close up? It's all you, Russ.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think people are probably tired of me talking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I think that's it. I think we're done. That was heavy.
All right. Once again, this was TFB Thinks. This is just our opinions, not those necessarily of TFB and our other members. Just a quick shout out, if I may, to the men and women at CM's IT shop. Keep up the good work. Keep watching and playing our videos, please.
We actually have a couple of viewers tuned in right now.
Oh yeah, thanks, Mom. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys. I'm Russell.
Sammy.
You?
So thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you guys again next week.